One, we are live.
Watch The Fling Show live on YouTube Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Time.
Okay, you can start whenever. Keep on that minor. Cardinal in the backyard who lives like a king, shows little appreciation for the fire. Some think he's an owner, a spirit from beyond. I just watch him fly. Who are they and what are we and whom do they believe? Iterations on repeat throughout the century. I always assumed we were all one, but I'm just a stick in the mud. Cardinals appear, where angels are near. In the dark, with scotch or pilgrims of fear. A mind is a terrible thing to wait. Indulge in the empty space. Mine is yours, what's yours is ours, and who is the mine? The central structure upon the precious nature of our time. So much pain in the brain that never seems to die. Ooh, the mind. It's only in your mind. It's all. Yeah, I think it needs to go back to the illusions of grandeur two more times right at the end.
At the end, okay.
Like he had a false ending,
Yeah.
and then it's. Yeah, you can repeat that 3 or 4 times, you know.
Should have done.
That's the hook.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. The Fling Show. The Fling Show. You wanna know about the mystery of flight? You wanna hear about the scene done right? So kill your TV and just come outside. We're gonna take you on a beautiful ride. The Fling Show. 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 TV and just come outside. We're gonna take you on a beautiful ride. The Fling Show. 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 But the scene so kill your TV and just come outside. We're gonna take you on a beautiful ride. Flame show, flame show, flame show, flame show, the 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 flame show. Facebook. Nobody knows, nobody cares, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Well, welcome, folks, to the show this evening. I'm your host, Chris McClung. Can't wait to bring on our special guest this evening, which I guess we already just showed you that, and my other co-host, Mr. David Hemline. But before we do, of course, we need to thank those wonderful team sponsors and show sponsors, Lone Star Disc. They do amazing things for the Fling Show. They're also doing amazing things in this area for disc golf. We're about to get to one of those amazing things in here in just a moment. But first off, the next event that we have planned is this weekend for all you old guys. We are calling you to Huntsville, Texas. Yes, sir. On the 28th, we'll be having the Old School Open at the beautiful Shawshank Disc Golf Course in Huntsville, Texas. Steve's awaiting. I love that course. As you can see, a lot of that video was also taken at Shawshank. It is a beautiful place out there, about 54 acres in the Huntsville National Forest Park out there. Get yourself signed up at Disc Golf Scene right now. But the big event, the one that we're really pushing, folks, yes, sir, Southern Star Brewery out of Conroe, Texas, along with Lone Star Disc, will be sponsoring a PDGA B tier with $1,500 added cash in Conroe, Texas, December the 2nd. Sign up is ready to go at Disc Golf Scene. And I'm telling you, that is going to be a blast. $1,500 extra money in your pocket during the holiday season can come in very handy. Two courses will be playing out there will be John Berg's Park, which is also better known to the locals as Little E. And the second course, of course, is the park known as McDade Disc Golf Course out there in Conroe, Texas. So get yourself signed up. Kind of released it this week, and it's already starting to move, folks. But until then, we have got to bring our special host on, but he decided that he's got to go somewhere. So we'll move on to the Southern Star Duo. Second part of that, we'd like to thank Travis Dillard, Terry Dillard, for giving us the sponsorship to the tournament as well. It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait. And as y'all could see earlier, I got to release a little live music, a little new music. And if you didn't get the hint, music that no other human being had ever heard before tonight. Hint, hint. But Hemi, some great stuff you sent me over the weekend. How are you doing? Let's hear all about it.
Hey, man, that was fun. Thanks for putting that together. That's some crazy stuff. I got two Chris's now working in my psychedelic world.
JC, just JC.
JC, okay, sorry. JC, the guy there, and then we got Chris. So welcome to the show, JC.
Well, let's hear about the music. I was very pleased. It was fun to get new music. You know how I love to hear it. I love that song that I got to edit the video for, and that's all I got to do is just a little bit of video. That was it.
With the POV on the swing, it was wonderful. Covering the empty space of the backyard, I thought that was like, I love your production quality.
I appreciate that. But let's get more back to the song itself. Let's hear all about how this kind of came about. I know that we talked last week on that y'all were getting together and it's going to be start putting some new music. So is this something that you stepped into the studio with, Hemi's studio, that is, already planned out, or is that just something y'all just kind of jammed out through the day?
It was just spontaneous. Sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Dave.
very, very much somewhat spontaneous. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry, JC.
No. Esquire, please. But no, from our last visit, where that last video on the show was played. I mean, it just continued the ongoing creative process that we're using to vacate the demons within, essentially. Exercising the demons. Yeah, it's cathartic writing and pushing things out.
Yeah. And this time around, we moved out of the studio and into the front room because I knew I like the acoustics down there.
And they did create some amazing
that seemed to create some energy there with being able to sway and move around. It's kind of tight up here, in the office.
Right.
So it was nice to have just to be able to move. There's something kind of worshipful about playing a guitar.
I'm honestly saying for the first time, I'm surrendering to this. It's just it's fluid. I don't even have to think about it, but it's a new experience for me.
And same here. And Chris, you captured one of the songs where we did, and most songs I attempted to do a beatbox, and I have a little looper on this little practice amp that I have down there, usually up here. So we were doing some looping, and I was thinking on the way over here, I was going through Chris's JC's video that he did one also as well on his Dystopia YouTube channel. Check him out over there. Go there, like and subscribe, and then turn your notifications on because Chris will rub you wrong if you don't do it.
We're going to be bringing those videos on here in just a second. I've got the Dystopia channel ready to go with that video tuned up as well.
Excellent.
So we'll be seeing that here in just a moment.
And so anyway, on the way over here, I thought that's literally beatbox because I was using a box, like a little small box, to set the loops. And it's just really young. The stuff you'll hear, it's like the beginning of kind of what Chris and I, we're kind of like a modern jug band. That's what
truly.
But it's sort of developing, and the beatbox thing makes it kind of makes it Radiohead-ish, or it just kind of adds an element that kind of takes it a little bit away from folk, because people ask me what kind of music I'm writing. I want to say folk, but then I don't.
Well, what did you call it the other day? Do you remember? I can't recall. It was something folk.
Cosmic folk.
Dayton will come back to us.
Yeah, cosmic Zen folk.
Okay.
Folk, yacht rock.
Yeah, that was kind of thrown in there. Well, see, that's the thing. Chris got this idea long ago, several months, maybe even a year ago, that we're actually creating two things, and one is yacht rock. But you wouldn't really call it yacht rock, but it's just stuff that's on the lighter side, like Seneca Capri, 15 hours, the one that is in the video.
Well, I did notice that y'all were extremely artistic over the weekend. Not only were you artistic with your musical sense, but with the artistic sense as well.
Picture, Chris.
I was fortunate enough to get a few quality shots, as you could say. So how about explaining this shot right here? Lovely picture, outfit matches. My wife is very impressed with the accessorizing there. How'd this come about?
Look, I've always been a little dandelion. I'm going to be honest, but no, it's just, with access to the AI, not actual intelligence, not what I'm using currently, artificial. I take a picture, very unbecoming. I'm showing my face fat. And then I just have the whole AI recreate it. It always makes a girl because we're all women on the inside.
I love, me. Hemi knows me. I love this kind of stuff. I like to laugh at myself. You've got to laugh at yourself first before you can laugh at others. I mean, and I will laugh at myself just as much as laugh at others. So I really enjoyed that. But let's get to some other things I enjoyed. Who's responsible for this piece right here?
That's Dave AI.
Yeah, that's the Hyundai done. Chris did a little quick AI, so I'll take little pictures that I call it AI food, and I'll send it over to JC, and then he does something like that, on top. It's just a close up of the side panel of my
Merely the
guitar.
app. I'm not the creator.
Yeah.
Can't take credit. And matter of
No.
fact, I really can't take credit in terms and conditions. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, you
Who reads
literally,
that?
you
I haven't
literally
read it.
can't take credit.
I enjoyed this one as well.
that's a good one.
The highlights around the sun, and was that
That's a
taken
moon,
during?
actually.
Is that
yeah.
the moon?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
the moon right
But it
outside
was
my
during the
porch.
solar eclipse era.
Yeah,
this-
within a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So that did recall that for me.
Yeah. It's right out there where the shadows, those are the same leaves that cause those shadows, those weird shadows at my
Those
house.
shadows, man, I can't believe I didn't use any of that material. Those were so cool. If y'all didn't
Mhm.
catch any of those, surely you took a picture, Chris, of
I actually was playing disc golf at the time, and as I was
Okay.
walking down the
tripping on 'em.
course, I was looking at the ground, just
Yeah.
astonished at how beautiful it was. And it took me a whole hole to realize that it was the damn eclipse. And
Yeah, it
then,
was the
yes, I took
crescent.
some video of it as well, so you got to really see it. It was amazing. Here's another one I really kind of enjoy, because I always love
Yeah.
those kind of question mark road, the long road question, whether you kind of, is it really straight? Sometimes there's a
That's good.
curve to it. It kind of, the metaphor in this picture, I really kind of enjoyed. It kind of got me to thinking. I don't know if it did for either of y'all.
it did.
Oh.
I saw a path, but what I see now is a 19-year-old having a good time. Probably.
Yeah, that's fun too. You know, that's like,
Yeah.
you can feel that energy. It's like, I mean, who hasn't peeled out, you know?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was to me, it spoke to me like I was going one direction, and all of a sudden it was like, yeah, I don't think so.
About
I
even
thought there was
better.
one way, and then
That's
here's
better than
my
mine.
NFL ticket. I'm going to the NFL, and all of a sudden it was like, no, you're only going to be 5'10", 180 pounds.
And doing a disc golf musical podcast.
Oh.
Exactly. But I really
It's a
enjoyed
good
that.
turn
Like
for
I
you.
said, that was a picture that when I looked at, I was like, man, that just gets you thinking. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Path
I
of
see a
least
lot of
resistance.
that on the, in
Sometimes
the
90
Uber
degree.
world. Yeah.
All right. So y'all ready to see a new video? And the next video that I got locked and loaded for us.
All right. Let's see.
All right,
it.
let's go. Y'all gonna have to walk us through this one. All right.
Beatbox.
Anytime now.
Oh, this was right after 9/11. I wrote this back after just moving back from Kansas.
Yeah, this song is the first one I heard him play, actually. When I met him. This was one that was on
20 years ago. Yeah, I wrote a load of songs from Arizona because I had a great teacher, jazz teacher. He taught me 4 chords basically and how to put them together, moving chords. And this is one of the songs that came from those chords. But when I met Chris, I had like 4 or 5 fresh new songs with all those jazzy chords. And, Chris was playing piano at the time. And then all of a sudden, 20 years later, Chris can play guitar and forming a band or 2 bands.
Yeah, but Dave really it's like when you see somebody play disc golf for the first time. The moment I saw somebody play guitar, I was like, wow, that's some magic I want. It is just repetition,
Yeah,
getting over the control fingertips, whether it's gripping the disc or
yeah.
applying pressure to the string.
We kind of get off on that one. We good stop on that one because when you do a beatbox, you pretty much got to be right there with the beatbox. You can't be doing your own thing, you know. So that's
Hey, that's one thing you do not, AI does not have on you. That right there, I don't think it's
not
beatable.
smart enough to slow down when I slow down.
Yeah.
But
It's your ability to be on the spot, create a little. I can do it with my mouth, but not with my hands for whatever reason.
Now, this is another one that I really liked before we get to the one that you posted on YouTube, Chris. So kind of walk us through this one as well.
oh, this is the new dumpster diving guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing the beat with. This
Tell
was
that
actually
story
the
real quick.
first. Yeah, this was the first song that I ever played on this guitar. It still had 2 strings on it. So the first song I played on it was this beat. I was
It's
still
got two
trying to
strings. He pulled it out of the garbage.
Yeah, you can't tune the strings either. They just happen to be in tune. Did you notice that, Chris? Or JC?
You know what's funny? The camera angle I have of it,
Uh-huh.
not getting
Sounds
that
better.
full kick drum sound coming out
Oh yeah.
your living room.
Coming
it's
out
got
the
that
amp,
open
yeah.
space.
Oh yeah, right. Chris
We
has
could
the other
combine the
angle.
two tracks though, I think.
Yeah, you could do that. Or you could also just rip the sound from it
No.
if it sounds better on your phone.
Chris,
So
do
this
you
little
tell me-
guitar, the little guitar is the one I dumpster dived for. It was actually just sitting by the curb, and I had a passenger, so I just had to look at it and go, okay, I'm coming back. So I dropped the passenger off across town, drove right back, and it was still there. And the thing has one ding on it. I put a pick guard over it, and it looks perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think the value was $300. We looked that up. Someone left in a hurry and left a treasure. You know,
Yeah,
they didn't know they had.
yep. Yeah, it's the story that I want to hear. I want to hear what happened.
Yeah, there's a story
Why did
there.
it get abandoned? It's like a little lost puppy.
And what you have and nourish it back to new life. But hey,
It has
this
a good
song is
sound. It has a good
Funhouse.
sound on it.
All
Oh, yeah.
about what Funhouse means to me in this song is just Earth. This is the Funhouse, the fun show where we all enjoy our time, doing whatever minutia to get us through.
It can be fun.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun this weekend.
man, it's the most I've stood in a while, and I needed that. Needed that circulation of the lower extremities.
Yeah. You should just
Could have been
stand
doing
up at work.
squats.
You take your guitar to work, right?
Yeah,
But just stand up.
that's it.
That's
Burn
it.
more calories getting up than you do anything else. And I always imagine like the world is the carousel spinning around in orbit. You know, colors.
Like your screen behind you.
Dude, and the effects that were being made, just reverb crossing over in that square space. It's like some digital effects, really.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, that room, I used to have all my stuff down there. I used to record down there.
Nice spot.
Hey,
And,
Dave, that guitar right there, when you're playing that sound, it reminded me of some Cubana music.
yeah.
It really
I
does,
know.
which
I
I
know.
love.
Yeah, I
that
want to
style,
finish this
that-
one. I want to finish it with a full guitar. You know, I hear it.
I mean, you can
But
hear
yeah, this
that
was
just.
the first time I had heard the song too.
I love the simplicity in that. It definitely sounds like that, island style music. So well done.
Thank you.
Well
Did
done.
you say it was a waltz? It's essentially a waltz.
No, that one's not.
That was
It's a
not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's just straight beat. This is the new thing, minus the strings.
In the trash.
So
Lucky
the
you got it
little
before the rain.
I had this pick guard. It was from a Fender, and I just cut it with scissors. That's where the hole was. No, it wasn't a hole, but it was a pretty good ding.
That's cool.
My little classical has a little ding like that, and I remember how it got there. And I'm not proud
This
of
one
it.
in your collection probably has the most interesting story.
So what is your plan for that guitar, Dave? Are you going to paint
Well,
it? Are you
It's
just going to
two-phase.
restore it?
That one, I'm gonna string it up and play it first, because it's what they call a parlor, so it's 4 frets smaller, so it's great for Ubering. So I'm looking forward to just playing it. so main thing, I'm gonna get some nice strings, some soft touch strings, and string it up and play it.
They've
And
also
see
commented.
if there's we have a design. I have a design idea that I pitched to Chris. He liked it, kind of almost like a grid pattern or like quilted pattern. I'm gonna keep the wood tone and just do like almost like a tattoo over it, like an inlay look. But
Right.
first, I don't really want to mess with it. You know, I
Looks
just want to
good.
play it. And I've got a charity event that it'll be perfect for a guy that we're gonna have on the show, who has a big heart, great friend of mine, disc golfer, actually a kind of family, somewhat family, loosely related to my nephew Steven, for his charity. It's a grief camp, so it's perfect for that. But the main thing I like about it got me stirred up about actually painting something. And I was telling JC down there that hasn't happened in a year. So
It's the foes.
I'm looking forward to getting back into some designs, even if it's not on that guitar.
Yeah.
Hey, Hemi, by chance, was this one of your designs? Sure has you written all over it.
That's not in my neighborhood. That's where we've come now. Halloween. It's gone crazy. It's like skeleton crazy this
Competition.
year. Have you noticed that in your neighborhood? Giant skeletons. I think there was like a sale at Costco or something.
I noticed it when I went to Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, but Home Depot the other day, that they definitely had a lot of skeletons for sale. You know, whether it was a
They're
dog, a
pushing
skeleton
us.
pumpkin, and everything was skeletonized, right?
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing about Halloween was the skeletons. And I didn't know why. I didn't know it was me. I didn't know it was me.
It's you.
Yeah.
Mine was the candy, but I know
Well,
it's each their own.
We talked about this last one. Yeah. The sugar is the gateway drug to all of these things.
Hey, Chris, if you don't mind me asking you, because I have a couple questions I was going to ask Hemi, but you may be able to answer these as well. Are you in the same ballpark age as Hemi by chance?
46.
Huh?
46.
Oh, you're much
Youngster.
younger. He's a baby. Dang, man.
Old baby.
He's
Oh,
going through his
freaking
midlife
baby.
crisis now, so we can monitor that and kind of give him some
When I heard
advice.
you say grief camp, I was like, where can I go? And then I know
Okay,
you.
you need old people around you when you get to about that midlife crisis at 50. You need other old men around you to help
Right.
you out, to lead
I do.
you the way.
I reached out for that.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
Trust me. You
Always
definitely
good
need
to
it.
surround yourself with old men.
Okay, Hemi. So since we're talking about our age,
Oh,
I had a question for you for this evening. You know how I like to kind of drum up a few things that are kind of fun and interesting based upon our demographics and our age. So this one is, what do you remember hearing first when you were a child? Which one of these three apparatuses that I'm about to show you was the first apparatus you ever remember hearing something from, whether it be music and or visual? Which one of these items right here? Was it the classic radio? Let me get back to the view of all of us so you can see us all. There we go. Was it the radio, which is kind of funny? This radio on top, I've actually have this. This is a Zenith. This was the radio that my grandparents used to listen to. So for me, it was this radio. Okay. But then you also had the console right here, which was the turntable with the little stereo on the right-hand side. And of course, then you had the console TV. So in
We had
your
the console
household, when
TV.
you were growing up, you were born, what, 1955? When, what was the first apparatus you can remember?
It was the hand crank ham radio.
The hand crank
They have those.
record, the xylophone.
Yeah, with the horn.
Yeah, the big old. And if you let it go slow, then you had to go crank it up so you could finish the
Yeah.
song, right?
It's Lionel Richie and it sounds like Dolly Parton.
That's funny. My great grandparents had one of those actually. I remember that in
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah, those are awesome. My neighbor down the street, who I give credit for my whole art life, I mean, for being a creative person, the dad there, he always collected weird stuff like that, and as well as creating stuff,
Mhm.
inspiring person. But from this picture, I'm not going to say what the first one is, but the one that tugged at me was that stereo console. I listened to everything on that. FM, when FM came out, before that, I listened to KOMA out of Oklahoma City, which that's where I first heard Led Zeppelin, Alice Cooper. I mean, just that it came from that little device right there.
That's perfect, Hemi. So now you just led into the other question, because what's funny is all three of these things were in different. My grandmother had this record player with the console on the bottom, just like this almost, and I had it and kept it. Of course, as a young stupid idiot, I let it go, and I wish I still had it because it looked almost just like this one right here. My other grandparents had these other two apparatuses with the radio and that Zenith TV, the console, the big ones, and because my grandpa just always bought the best. I buy it one time, I don't want to buy it twice. But anyway, I agree with you on that. But when you said about the records, it made me think, and that's funny that you say that. So I was thinking, do you remember the first record that was purchased for you and the first record that you purchased? Because I'll give you time to think about it. The first record that was purchased for me was this one right here.
Nice.
The Fifth Dimension.
All right.
I still have this record downstairs, actually, along with the three other records that were. This one, Rod Stewart. I wish I could remember which one, but it looks like a painting, that mosaic painting in the background. He's got the white hat on, little suit. Anyway, and Jackson Browne, and my aunt bought them for me. Those were the first three albums bought for me. But the first album I actually ever bought, you just said, which is very funny. School's Out for Summer.
Alice
Cooper. And I still have that album here as well. And that's funny you said that, because that was that 76, I think it was. I think that was about 11 years old.
Yeah,
remember that song, School's Out for Summer.
I had at that point, I had advanced into the 8-track world. So that was an 8-track. So as far as albums, though, when you said albums that somebody bought for me, the first one I thought it was Star Wars soundtrack. But then I thought, no, I think before that was Wild and Crazy Guy, Steve Martin.
Okay.
Has some great bluegrass picking on the backside.
Sure
which
does.
Inspired me. I actually bought a banjo at one point, and then I got buyer's remorse and took it back and decided that's a whole nother thing,
Picking.
which was probably a good call, but I do like that.
You can do it today, though.
Yeah,
I think
I do.
Oh, you do?
Well, but I don't do banjo.
So what was the first album you purchased?
I purchased an album called, let's see. Man, I'm going to have to say Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Oh, BTO, baby. Yes, sir.
Or let's see, Boston.
Okay.
I had both of the Boston albums, first two. And so I don't remember what order, but it was right in there.
Right.
Probably BTO first.
Kind of 77-ish. It's been around 77, 78 or something around there.
Late 70s, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Anyway, that's funny that you listed Alice Cooper. All right, Hemi. So here's the last question I have for you, Chris. You can chime in as well, because I think we are all Disney-fied as kids. Whether you're a fan today, we were all kind of grew up with it. Did you not, Hemi? I mean, we all kind of understand what the Walt Disney was all about. So what I picked out, I went and looked at the top movies that were made from Disney from 1970 to 1979. Okay. All right. So out of these movies, because that's in our wheelhouse, pretty much, we all kind of grew up still going to theater, seeing the shows. Hemi, which one of these shows right here would you say was your favorite? If you can't see them, we have the Aristocrats, which I thought was great. The Herbie, the first Herbie movie. Then you had Robin Hood, The Rescuers. The last one of the 70s in 1979 was the Muppets movie. And of course, my favorite, I love the Apple Dumping Game, but I just stuck that in there.
Love Hanson.
Yeah, this kind of fits in with what JC's always culture shaming me, because I'm not cultured enough. I don't watch movies, I never saw any of these actually. You
didn't see any of the Aristocats?
No, I saw the Muppet movie for sure.
You didn't see the Aristocats? That probably has it. That has one of the best
See,
jazz,
just-
Thank you,
the
I'm
Chris.
in a world
jazz
of singing.
soundtracks.
Yeah.
They have it's real
These are
jazzy.
stories, David.
That's
Positive stories that
scary.
you can
I'll-
learn parables and lessons here.
Make me a list and I'll watch all these so I can be cool.
Oh, well, because I'm going to show you some of the underrated
see
ones when I was a
Herbie.
kid that I really loved was, of course, Gus, the mule that kicked footballs, that had Dick Butkus and Johnny Unitas in it. It also had Tim Conway. I was a big fan of that. And Don Knotts. Then you had the world's greatest athlete, which once again, that had a lot to do with, wanting to be young and athletic. Then the space sci-fi Black Hole. And then my classic favorite of all time, and probably my hidden gem that I love of all Walt Disney movies, is Island on Top of the World. Because they had a Norwell, and that was the first time ever you got to see what a Norwell looked like. The unicorn whale that had it
little unicorn.
swimming.
Yeah.
And this was a movie about where the whales went to die. And there was a Viking culture that was hidden away since the turn of the century, since 2,000 years, and no one had ever come in contact with them. And it had orcas and whales and bones. And it was just one of those things. And I just love that show. It's very underrated, but if you've never seen it, Island on Top of the World is probably a classic Walt Disney movie that you've got to go watch.
I got Disney
Well
Plus.
done.
I'll check it out. Island on Top of the World.
Nice.
And Hemi, we will make you a list.
Okay. Yeah.
I will
yeah.
start compiling one today, sir.
Please do. I will go and watch a movie. It's just I never
All you have to do
think
is
to
sit
do
on the
it.
couch. You don't have to leave. You
No.
can access it on your phone while you're driving.
All right. So now that is over, let's get to this last video I have of you guys. I believe, Chris, you said that you posted this.
Yes, I believe. What is it? I have no idea.
It is the one from your Dystopia
The
channel.
recent one? Oh, yeah. What is this?
This one right here. Ready?
Yes, sir.
This is 23 minutes long, Chris.
Whoa.
Tell me when to stop it.
Okay.
Oh man, I have no idea.
No, I just noticed the timeline.
Oh, I know. I can see it.
It's one of the longest things.
15 hours, 15
But
hours.
just look at the strobing effect.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear the audio?
I don't hear any audio.
You don't hear any audio?
But I did notice, Dave, if you look at the reflection in the mirror, like there's a cool effect here where it looks like you're my reflection at times, but not exactly.
Oh yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's an effect.
Can you hear
You're
Can you
looking
hear
in the
the
mirror.
sound now?
No, I can't.
Huh. Okay. Hold
That's
on.
okay. I'm admiring the direction.
All right. Hold on.
Up against the lamp.
Oh, there it is. That's why. There we go.
Cinematography.
Can you hear it now?
There you
All right.
Every day ordinary, wasted away. It's the same old thing, wasted away.
Anthem for the modern era.
Now, Chris, if you want me to fast forward, I can get back and fast forward anytime you need.
I mean, I think that's enough to sum it up. The
yeah, you get the idea.
there is a cool new. I just uploaded a video to YouTube that I edited using this footage. It has some cuts I just discovered today. That's a good one too.
Now. It's always now.
Always now, Chris. This is what we must understand. This is Dave. How old is this song?
It's pretty new.
It's a new one.
Yeah, that came from well, there's a Strat version before I bought that guitar.
If that had an audible kick to it, stick it on the pocket. I mean,
That was just-
This is us
Just
working
a-
out
just
what we
a,
want to sound like with the.
Yeah, this
if
is
we're
just
gonna do it.
coverage of playback, our action in the field. I mean, he's giving instructions. There's a couple of these where you see actual illumination in me, and you know,
You get to this. What I like about these sessions is I kind of believe that we could sort of create a vocal sound because our voices match, and when it happens, it's really nice. It's very encouraging. It's like, okay, we just put a little work, because both Chris and I are just pretty lazy when it comes to working on music. But
I was thinking today how I can't believe I was the one sperm to make it to the egg. I'm thriving to grab that motivation, that energy.
Everybody else went the wrong way. All the eggs went the other way.
Yeah. Got lost. But this kind of does sum up the be in the now. The song.
you're more than
Present
just
in the moment.
box of information.
I mean, there was a lot of cool moments though.
Boom.
It's the best on the job training that you get. You can't pay for this type of education.
That's right. And it's probably the first time anybody's heard that music.
Yeah, I love your caption. First music ever heard by humans. Or what did you say, Chris?
Yes. First time ever heard by humans.
Humans. Because let me tell you right now, I'm an alien. I'm an alien.
Right. It's kind of an inside joke with him and I, where people oftentimes use exacerbating words to say things that are quite silly. It's like, we had the Texas State World Championships.
Of this comment.
Yeah, the Texas State World Championships of disc golf.
Yeah.
And people are like, how can it be a world championships? I'm like, man, really?
Because we said it.
Man, have you not seen that movie Idiocracy? I mean, you are
Semantics.
just the epitome of idiocracy. The more dumb it is, the more people watch it for some reason, right?
Yeah.
It seems that
It's true.
way. Yeah.
Fail Army, watching people's mishaps, you could really zone out on that for an hour, watching people fail a flip or fall off a bike.
Yeah, I'm not much on people hurting themselves, but I do understand
Well,
the rabbit hole of watching some videos that lead you from one to the other, Oh, for sure.
We
And
have a
that's,
song actually, doom scrolling my phone.
yeah, I can't get out of the FTX and Alameda thing with Sam Bankman-Fried, and now that he's in court and all that, I'm just like riveted to all the information about it. I don't know why, but
I'm glad you're confessing though, because that's what this is about. Confession. We're all guilty of this. Us
Mhm.
Dave in action.
Yeah, I
You
know
seen
way
Dave in
about it
action?
more than I should.
Well, what's my addiction?
Sports.
Yeah. It is. But hey, it's over. I mean,
I hear you.
the
have
Astros
no
aren't in
judgment.
the World Series. And
The Chiefs are going to already win
Cowboys.
another Super Bowl.
And Houston, I mean,
Yeah, but you have the Chiefs. They're going to win another Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
you're going to watch
and
that.
that's
You're
what
going to put
I'll
your
watch.
little,
I'll watch
you'll
that.
put your
I'll
little
watch
red
that
jersey and hat on and pom pom. You'll be sitting there. Woo, Chiefs.
Go Mahomes, man.
Yeah, you'll be all on Mahomes
Texas
and
Tech.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, you'll be you'll be a Swifty. You'll have a
am.
little
I'm
Swifty
already a
87
Swiftie.
jersey on.
I don't do a Swiftie song, but there's a song out there by that Jamie Cullum, jazz singer, covered. Shake It Off. Great. Go out there, check it out.
It is a cool little riff.
Yeah, cover song.
I
And
think
so
that's
that-
I couldn't
know-
identify another song she ever did. That's the only one I can
I don't
tell you
know
she's
either.
done.
I don't know.
And
I
not that she's
listen-
not extremely talented by no means. Please don't Swifties attack. But it's just not my wheelhouse, right? Just
Well, I've
not-
seen some things recently pop up in my algorithms with her singing those songs when they were new, the songs that made her famous, basically
Mhm.
country songs and songs that she was writing. And she was 14, or I don't know how old she was, but she was writing this stuff. So, I'm always going to be on her side, if you're going to call it a side, because she works hard. I wish I had 1/100th of the energy that took to get her to where she is, or just to be that focused in music.
And if you had a pair of legs like that, Dave, it'd help out too.
I'd
Well, I
like it a
do.
lot more.
How do you know I don't? I have Swiftie legs.
I know you don't, because we spent a little time together, so I know now. And I mean that in the most nice way. I don't mean that rude to any of the Taylor Swift
Okay.
fans, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, she's extremely talented. I hated what I always remember is what Kanye did when she won some award and he walked up there and said, "You don't deserve this award," or whatever. You know, that I was just like, that's okay. I'm mom was going to be on her side just for that because she sat there and took it. I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wouldn't
And
ask.
the other cool thing she did is totally re-recorded her album because
Right.
the
Brilliant.
company owned it. They had worked a deal with her, the initial deal that she didn't have rights to her own music,
Yeah. Your
and
thoughts
she
on
had
that?
signed them away, and so she just redid the album. I listened to that entire album for that reason.
She needs to stand in line and hold people's beer on that one, Hemi. You know that as well as I do. That's been around since the beginning of time. Why do you think Prince changed his name?
Yeah.
I
He
know.
changed his name because he didn't own anything that he had done previously. And the only
Yeah.
way he could do is by becoming some symbol that was unpronounceable. You know, I mean, it was so ridiculous that it's the same thing when I remember when I heard that Michael Jackson bought all of the rights to the Beatles. I was like, how does that work?
Did you hear the story about that?
Yes,
With
yes.
Paul McCartney talking
Yes.
to him, and they're all being friendly, and he's saying, he's giving him advice about the royalties and stuff, and all of a sudden Michael Jackson just boom
Bought it.
takes the whole catalog.
I mean, to me, it's like, how can you buy something from somebody else that they wrote and they poured their heart and soul into, but yet somebody else owns that? Find that very, very terrible. But that's why Alanis Morissette
what's sad about that situation is that the devices, the AI that's out there for locating music, you and I could be just playing music, playing disc golf, and some rep comes in and can pick it up. Have you ever Shazammed a song? I mean, you can actually get the song. You just turn the app on and somebody's, right next to you playing disc golf, playing a song. You have all the information to that song. So that,
Like a sharing.
they just pick up everything and then they come after you for money.
I've noticed there's been times where I've mentioned a song and then literally heard it on one of my apparatuses just within maybe a 24-hour period. And I hadn't heard that song in maybe years. And I may have mentioned it to you or somebody else. Next thing I know, that song will play. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Same thing with advertising. Other advertising, it's just like, how come they have elements on TV that are only my elements? That's
You know
very
what occurred to me
odd.
today?
What's
was,
that?
Voice texting David. So I
Yes.
didn't have to punch the buttons. I was voice texting, and it's spelling it out. I'm editing it. But in the meantime, I'm thinking, wow, this thing's deep learning my voice and enunciations to produce the words I want. And that's what we're doing every time we do it. And I'm not threatened by it. Yeah, we're feeding it. We're teaching it.
Yeah.
Like
And
Dave's
maybe
teaching me.
maybe that's a good thing.
Or actual intelligence is where
Maybe
it's at.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's another
Actual
rabbit hole.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, what the concept that I've thought of is like, what is God, right? It's like the absolute, the everything knows, all knowledge. What if AI just gets to that point? It's like it's got all the knowledge. But see, it's more than knowledge.
It's all the knowledge and
It's
potential knowledge.
experiential. What's that?
We use all the potential knowledge
Yeah.
made up, the fabricated stuff, and use
Yeah.
it against us. That's sorry. I'm optimistic, cautiously. Your thoughts, Chris?
No, that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down right now. It's already concerning when I've seen. I don't know if y'all saw this the other day. They're shooting. They have now a laser beam that shoots rockets out of the sky.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Israel just has now deployed it. And here's what I love about it the most is they were equating it to how much it costs to shoot the $55,000 rocket to shoot down the other rockets, or use this laser beam because it only costs you $2,000 to shoot down each rocket. So
Yeah.
they were actually doing a financial breakdown of the cost of shooting down the things.
Well, I'm glad.
which
it's-
just led me to think, do you really not realize what you're really talking about? You're really talking about people going to war just because it's a financial windfall.
Right.
You know, and they talk about, oh, well, we're giving them economic relief. No, we're not. We're giving them $1.6 billion in weapons to go shoot off because that makes people money. Let's be honest. It makes them money.
Bullets and bandages.
And then I love them. Then they go, oh, well, you know, it's cheaper now. We'll shoot a laser at it. Now it's only good from 10 miles in. So you're still going to have those good rockets on the side to shoot them down from far away. But this thing will work from 10 miles away. And it's just this financial equation. That's just like, God almighty.
Are you a fan of Bill Hicks, Chris?
Yeah, of course. You mean from Houston? I mean, he's not from Houston, but he ended up
We
dying in Houston
feasibly-
and lived down here. I got to go see him at the Comedy Theater when, 1983
Well, he
or
was a great
84.
satirist of this thought, you know,
Yeah.
and he kind of did preach love and peace, a little rebellion, but
He love and peace in a different kind of, you know,
yeah,
with a different tone. He wasn't Sam Kinison, but he definitely had that biting characteristic right to the point.
yeah.
But yeah, I like Bill Hicks. Yeah, big fan. If I'm not mistaken, was at Stratford High School.
And the
I know he's
Hot
he's
Licks.
Texan.
Bill Hicks and the Hot Licks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good band.
Anywho, well, Jim, I want you to know I enjoyed the music. You know, I always enjoy all the music and art. So thank y'all so much for sharing it with me. I cannot wait to take a couple more of those songs and do a little more editing with it, with some video that I have as well. So thank y'all so much. Well done, gentlemen. Well
Thanks for
done.
showing it, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thank both of y'all for editing stuff. I know that takes a long time. I appreciate it, and I enjoy it. Love it.
I appreciate
That's-
it. man.
Just send it to me quicker.
Yeah,
My bad.
the next one we'll have
Yeah,
to.
I
You
know,
know
the
me, I'm over
last
there going,
one-
Diddy, I'm just going, okay, but
I
this,
know.
that, you
I
know, so
will. I'll
but
get on that.
I love it, you know, so, and then the art though, that was even more fun. Usually I'd mess with you a little bit more, Chris, but I left that one picture alone. I thought, well, I can't really do better than that. You know, you
I made
dressed
it
yourself
public.
up wonderfully.
I made it public by sending it to a saboteur. So
That's what Chris does. I just kind of like I knew
recalled
Chris
that.
would like it. I knew Chris would
recalled that,
enjoy it.
He just feeds the beast. That's all. He knows what it
I do.
is. He's just throwing
Exactly.
meat to a lion. He
Yeah.
understands what's going to happen. He giggles after he hits send, and then you can hear him giggling right
you have to
afterwards.
surrender and be vulnerable. to
That's
exist.
right. Like the little lovely lady in the picture.
That's right. That
That's
was my
the
cheeks were
surrender pose.
rosy. I don't know if that was added or what, but
I thought it was well. It was
look
well
at it
done.
again.
Yeah, it looks good. I thought we were going to talk about going shopping in the bins, and that's where all that outfit came back from for Elizabeth to find out where it came from. It was Habitat for Humanity, I think,
It's a
where we
good
got
call.
that.
It's a good
No,
idea.
that's all AI. My bad.
Oh, so it's
Sorry,
not in your
just random.
closet. Okay, that's good to know.
No, I don't think so. Just guitars, cases, and stuff.
Well, all right. I'm heading to Austin, Texas. Well, San Marcos, Texas tomorrow. I was going to go play that armadillo course, but unfortunately, the rain is scheduled between 63% and 98% all day tomorrow as I drive. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be playing the course, but
No,
I'm going to
and
be
you know
heading
how
up there
the
tomorrow and
mud
heading
is.
back.
The clay mud is out there in Austin.
Right. No, I'm
You-
not
you
getting out
can't play
that
the
stuff. You pull
courses.
us. Remember when you and I did that and pulled our carts in that one time and just
Oh,
stuck
yeah.
to the wheels? That was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right. Well, Chris, thank you so much again. Thanks for joining
you
us. I know
for
we're going to have
joining.
you back on again soon. Can't wait
sir.
to hear some more music from you, Dave.
Yep.
We'll have to get together this weekend. If it's not raining. Hopefully you can make it down there to the Old School Open in Shawshank as well and take everybody's money. There's $750 added cash to that as well.
Sunday.
Sunday, $750 added cash, and you can already see what's in that pro field.
Okay.
You might be able to take home a few extra dollars. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Don't tell
That,
anybody I
that
told
course
you.
has always been a nemesis too. It's always a challenge.
You just have to beat Mr. Edward Gardier and Steel Wagon. And I believe they're going to have Mikey there. You'll have John Bradham there. That'd be a competition there.
Those are all great Shawshank players. It takes a certain type of player to play Shawshank.
Yeah, nuts, slightly
Yeah.
crazy, a little off
Yeah.
balance, something like that would help out, right?
Yeah. So we'll see if I can get to that level by Sunday.
All right. Well, guys, till next week. Himmy, go throw something in the air, play disc golf, and
Just fling it, bro.
link, bro. Good night. We'll
Good
see
night,
y'all. We go. We have a wiener. That is funny, but it's funny if you fell. Dang it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was hoping you'd fall, though. Yeah, I mean, it's not real deep. You can stand up there. I said it's not real deep. You can stand up there. Not like you're gonna drown. I think I want to see how far you can just bring it up on shore. All the way. Come to me. All the way. Come on, you can do it. Faster you go. Come on. Come on, come on.
It's okay,
That's kind of
it's alright. It's okay to shine your light. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Tomorrow for sure.
The bloopers are the best part.
Good night, folks.